A complete guide to the different learning theories. Educational theorists, from philosophers like Socrates and Rousseau to researchers like Howard Gardner today, have addressed theories of learning. Many of their ideas continue to influence homeschoolers as well as traditional educators. A little familiarity with some of the ideas most popular among homeschoolers will help you make sense of the wealth of available materials when you begin to make choices for your family. Jean Piaget and cognitive development. He proposed that children go through several distinct stages of cognitive growth. First comes the sensorimotor stage, birth to 2 years, during which the child learns primarily through sensation and movement. At the pre-operational stage, ages 2 to 7, children begin to master symbols such as language and start to be able to form hypotheses based on past experiences. At the concrete operational stage, ages 7 to 11, children learn to generalize from one situation to similar ones, although such reasoning is usually limited to their own concrete experience. Finally, at the formal operational stage, 11 years older, children can deal with abstractions, form hypotheses and engage freely in mental speculation. Although the rate at which children progress through the stages varies considerably, the sequence of stages is consistent for all children. Therefore, to be appropriate and effective, learning activities should be tailored to the cognitive level of the child. Rudolf Steiner and the Waldorf schools. Steiner divided children's development into 3 stages. To age 7, children learn primarily by imitation. From 7 to 14, feelings and emotions predominate. And after age 14, the development of independent reasoning skills becomes important. Waldorf education tends to emphasize arts and crafts, music, and movement, especially at younger ages, and textbooks are eschewed in favor of books the students make for themselves. Waldorf theories also maintain that the emphasis should be on developing the individual's self-awareness and judgment, sheltered from political and economic aspects of society until well into adolescence. Montessori and the prepared environment. Italian physician Maria Montessori's work emphasized the idea of the prepared environment. Provide the proper surroundings and tools, so that children can develop their full potential. Montessori materials are carefully selected, designed to help children learn to function in their cultures and to become independent and competent. Emphasis is on beauty and quality, and that which confuses or clutters is avoided. Manipulative or made of wood rather than plastic tools are simple and functional, and television and computers are discouraged. Charlotte Mason. Guiding natural curiosity. Charlotte Mason was a 19th-century educator advocated informal learning during the child's early year contrast with the Prussian system of regimented learning then in vogue. She recommended nature study to develop both observational skill and an appreciation for the beauty of creation and extended that approach to teaching history geography through travel and study of the environment rather than as collections of data to master. She felt children learn best when instruction takes into account their individual abilities and temperaments, but she emphasized the importance of developing good habits to govern one's temperament and laying a solid foundation of good moral values. Holt and unschooling. Educator John Holt wrote extensively about school reform in the 1960s. Although he originally proposed the word unschooling simply as a more satisfactory alternative to homeschooling. Unschooling now generally refers to a style of homeschooling, in which learning is not separated from living, and children learn mainly by following their interests. Children learn best, he argued, not by being taught, but by being a part of the world, free to most interests them, by having their questions answered as they ask them, and by being treated with respect rather than condescension. Gardner and multiple intelligences. Psychologist Howard Gardner argues that intelligence is not a single unitary property and proposes the existence of multiple intelligences. He identifies 7 types of intelligence: linguistic, musical, logical mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Because each person has a different mix of these intelligences, learning is best tailored to each individual's strengths, rather than emphasizing the linguistic and logical mathematical approaches traditionally used in schools. A bodily kinesthetic learner, for instance, might grasp geometric concepts presented with hands-on manipulative far more easily than she would if they were presented in a more traditionally logical, narrative fashion. A teaching approach that recognizes a variety of learning styles might encourage many individuals now lost by conventional methods. Watch the video to learn more. Enjoying the video? Then give it a like and share it with your friends to help the channel. Thank you for your time. Don't forget hit the subscribe button.